Here are some of the most important behaviors that are turning people off, making you unattractive, and putting you in the friend zone. Hi, I'm Amit Soda, holistic love coach, and let's go over some of these fundamental behaviors that we may not be aware of because they're so fundamentally habitualized within us that we don't have awareness of them until someone actually points them out to us. And it's such a subconscious thing, especially when it comes to dating relationships as well, because we're also battling the nerves that we're feeling in that moment, especially say, for example, a first date or a second date. So without further ado, let's go into some of these things because they're fundamental to discuss and understand how we can then actually change them and do something about them. So the first one is very over-agreeable behavior. And this is a trait I used to have where on a date, someone would mention something because it's very easy for me to personally agree with people because I tend to have very eclectic tastes in certain things. However, as I've got older, that's less so the case. So if someone tells me they're really into pop music, I'll be like, absolutely no, I'm not, because I don't like it anymore. And I prefer to listen to old school music or Bhangra or Bollywood or anything else other than modern day pop. I just don't like it. Even when it comes to movie taste, I know some people may be into artsy films. I personally am not. So when someone is discussing with you their preferences, it's okay that you disagree with them because the disagreement isn't what's going to make you more unattractive to the other person. It's actually going to be agreement, and agreement for the simple act of pacification to kind of like not cause a stir or stir in the pot or anything like that. That's what's going to make you come across as very unattractive to the other person. Agreeing for the sake of agreeing, and any kind of over agreeable behavior. So to counteract this, ask people or ask friends to test you and ask them to kind of challenge what things you like, what things you don't like, and learning to get comfortable saying, no, I don't agree with you. And that's one of the fundamental tenets of this, is being okay saying, no, I don't agree. I actually think that it's this, or this is what I like. I don't particularly like that. And being okay with it, being comfortable with it. Again, a lot of this stuff just comes from practice, being able to practice it in our daily lives in other scenarios, and then it will become easier in the dating scenario. A second one is really important, is being overly available. Now, in this day and age, of course, one of the big challenges that people face when it comes to modern day dating is this kind of idea that everyone's always so busy. So when you're trying to plan a date with someone, it's very difficult. And so you can get the other extreme, of course, as well, where you're completely unavailable and unattainable, and that's not attractive either. What is attractive is someone who knows their mind. So if you're trying to get someone out on a date, or you yourself are being asked, then you don't also want to come across as being always available. You don't want to kind of put out there that I'm free whenever, just let me know. That is very unattractive. Don't say those words. If someone asks you when you're free, give a couple of options. That is the easiest way to do it. Give a couple of options, and then that is it. Say, I happen to be free on Saturday afternoons at the moment. I've just finished this course I was doing, so I've currently got that free. I'm busy at other times, but Saturday afternoons work, or potentially, Sunday evenings, whatever it might be for you. But don't say, I'm free whenever, because that is very unattractive. Again, subconsciously, the message it sends to the other person is that you don't have a life, you don't have a life outside of them, and you're going to also get very attached to them and, be constantly thinking about those blue ticks and have they seen your message, and that is, again, very unattractive. So don't do it. Don't be overly available. Equally, on the flip side, don't be overly unavailable too. But it's okay to be specific. If you're free on a certain time of the week or certain day of the week, then you can suggest that, and then at least it gives the other person options to then plan a date with you. The third one is kind of wanting sympathy or trying to garner sympathy from the other person. So seeking over emotional support in the very early stages of getting to know someone is very unattractive. You see, the thing is that if you try and garner sympathy from the other person, you start talking about bad things that have happened in your life, all the challenges that you've been through, or what's happened to you in the last 6 months, year, 2 years, 5 years, whatever. Then the problem is the other person, what happens is a part of them gets activated where they kind of turn into your coach, your therapist, your counselor. So it stops them from being able to feel attracted to you because now they're feeling like they have to help you. And that is also, especially in the very early stages of any dating or relationship, is a very unattractive thing. It actually disengages the part of their brain that would allow them to feel attraction to you. Now they're just concerned for you and wanting to help you. So that is also not a healthy thing to do. So when you're getting to know someone in the early stages, when it comes to addressing things of the past, things that have been, personally traumatizing for you, things that have been difficult for you, be sure to address them, that's absolutely fine, but talk about your overcoming of these struggles. I mean, of course, we all connect over our histories, we all connect over what we've been through, but too much wanting sympathy and kind of just saying things because you want the other person to feel sorry for you for all the challenges you've been through, that is an absolute no-no. They will definitely not feel any attraction towards you. And again, eventually, if they've got enough on their own plate, they're going to feel like, well, I cannot take on this person as well and deal with all of their problems, so I'm just going to leave this here. So don't go in there seeking sympathy. It won't work, and it will turn them off and turn off any attraction at the same time. Here's a more of an obvious one, but it's one of those things that some people just don't seem to give credence or thought to, and that's personal grooming. Of course, today I didn't shave, but that's life. Sometimes when we're doing this stuff, we don't have time, or we just kind of skip it for the next day. But when you're going on a date, you've got to make that effort. You've got to make that effort to be personally groomed well, to smell good, to look good, to feel good. I don't know about any of you out there, but I personally, my energy, my vibration, everything changes in me when I've made an effort for that day. When I've shaved, my beard isn't perfect, it's perfectly done and lined up, and my hair's done the way I like it, whatever hair I have left. But my clothes, I feel good in the clothes I'm wearing. It changes my state, it changes my energy. And so I've heard stories where people have gone on dates and the other person has arrived in their kind of like sweats, sweatpants, jogging top, hoodie, and that is it. But they didn't make any effort whatsoever. They kind of turned up looking very unkempt. And I cannot begin to tell you how unattractive that is. Making a little bit of effort, it doesn't mean you need to get on a suit and tie, not like the old days, but just making a bit of effort to look good and put one of your best foot forward in terms of your appearance will always be very attractive. People will appreciate the effort. They'll appreciate the beautiful scent that you might be wearing, the aftershave, the perfume. They'll appreciate the fact that you've got ironed clothes and you come looking well. I remember my wife commenting on this when we first met. I wasn't particularly a snazzy dresser, but I went, at least groomed. My hair was done when I had more hair back then. I had aftershave on. I was wearing ironed clothes and everything was clean and fresh straight out of the machine and all of that kind of thing. And so my wife actually took the time to comment on that, which is like one of these big indicators. We may not hear that often, but is a big either detractor or an attractor. So that's covered off 4 major things. But if you want any more, there is more information on my blog. I will link it below in case it's not out yet, the blog article. Hopefully it will be by now, but I'll put it there, the link there for you, so you can go and see some of the more kind of refined details about, the things that are very kind of unattractive, turn people off, or put people in the friend zone, or put yourself in the friend zone rather than the end zone. But I'm Amit Soda, holistic love coach, and if you want to come and learn with me, I'm running a series of dating masterclasses over this year. Just go to my website, you'll see the links for it, and I hope to see you there if you need the help, and I'd love to be part of your journey. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.